Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to talk about something that happened last night. Just kind of, I like to hear myself talk sometimes because like shit makes sense when I start speaking, When it's all up here in my head, it doesn't make sense until it comes out, you know what I mean? I took a salt bath from the heavens last night. I went extra heavy on the Epsom salt. Girl, I buy that shit in bulk, okay? As a spiritualist, you kind of have to. Like, if you're not dumping half your body weight into a bathtub of Epsom salt, you're not doing yourself any favors. So I went extra heavy-handed on the Epsom salt last night. I'm telling you what, honey. I didn't even know. See, sometimes when I do salt baths, I don't even really, I feel it. I feel like I've taken on people's toxins. I feel like there's just like a bunch of gunk on me, you know what I mean? Etherically, I guess. Aurically, whatever. Psychically and spiritually, I didn't even really think I needed it. But I had just been to the doctor, I had just been to a grocery store, I have just been doing free readings for people, I've been like all up in everybody's energy on my live stream, but I was in this delirious state to think that like it's not that bad. So about 10:30 at night, when I should be in bed, I was like, let's just do a bath. And I stayed in there for like 2 hours. And I'm telling you what, I started writing on my phone. I have this journal app, and I started writing how I hate my twin flame. I started out with this journal entry like, he's such a douchebag. He really is. Like, he's just not that great of a person. He's kind of an asshole. I don't like him. And I'm totally good. I'm moving on. And while I was doing this, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to a subliminal that's called Get Over Him. Get over him. And there are subliminals in it that's like, he doesn't even affect me. I don't think of him anymore. Who? I don't even know them. So I was listening to this subliminal while writing in this entry, and I was just like, nah, he's just like, he's such a douche. And he's such a douche. And he's got like this pompous arrogance about him. He just thinks he's like God's gift to humanity. 2:22 on the clock. See, the 2:22 portal is open though. So it's open for a few days after and a few days before. And we actually met during the 222 portal last year. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take advantage of this portal being open, but right now I hate him. And right now, in my mind, I keep saying things like, stay away from me, don't ever talk to me again. You're basically, I don't even know you. I don't even remember you. And then something started changing in that bath, honey. I'm telling you, it changed. About an hour later, I was still journaling, because I love writing, I do. And I still was writing. I was basically filtering out all of this hatred that I've had for, I don't know, lifetimes towards him. And before I knew it, I was actually starting to like kind of like the guy again. It was weird. I don't know. I started like thinking he was kind of cute. And I'm like, wait a minute. My twin flame isn't arrogant. My twin flame is not lazy. My true twin flame would not fear at all, really anything. Well, I mean, he's human, but he wouldn't really fear mission. He wouldn't fear life purpose. He wouldn't fear me. He wouldn't fear intimacy. He wouldn't fear that stuff. Like, the true twin flame would not fear that with me anyway. With other people, sure, because that's not your true counterpart. You know what I mean? So I started like shifting the way that I started writing, and I noticed it at a conscious level. It was like I was looking at myself writing from like a third person point of view, and it was like I was out of my body, and I was with my higher self, and I was starting to channel all of this beautiful energy into the phone, into the app. And it was just saying things like, he's actually really expressive. He loves me. He misses me. He cries himself to sleep over me. Like, this man is the perfect person in the whole world for me. And I started like changing the way I see him. That is when my higher self said in the channeled message to me, basically, like, the only reason I see him like this is because there's a level of magic over this connection. There's evil eye been sent, there's thought forms, telepathic thought forms, there's all this gunk, all this like interference, there's all this ill will, ill intentions towards twins. And it wasn't until I was submersing myself in what seems like 75 pounds of salt that I actually got to see there have been energetic attacks sent at us, and all twins. It's not just me, it's all twin flames. And since you share the same chakra system, which I firmly believe, you share the same subconscious, and I also believe that you share the same chakra system since you're the same soul. That's the whole thing with twin flames. You share the same makeup, basically. So I was like, okay, well, it's all him. I see him the way that I see him because of him. But it's me. if we are, and by Plato's theory is that you are the same soul, you are the same soul split in two bodies, right? If it is true, then it's not really his fault, is it? It's mine. But it's not really my fault. It's my fault if you let it stay. I remember my mom said one time, it's not a disgrace to have it. It's a disgrace to keep it. And I remember feeling like if I could just let it all go and admit out loud that I miss this guy, maybe my life would be happier. Like maybe I wouldn't be in such a funk all the time. Maybe I wouldn't feel like life is ending instead of beginning. So I said, whatever, fine. I let it all go. And I imagined the water just like taking it all away, taking all the darkness away. And it felt like I came out a new person, guys. I'm not even kidding. And the craziest thing happened. I haven't had a dream with him in a really long time. A couple weeks, but that was only for a very short dream. And then before that one, months. Hadn't seen him in months in a dream, which is very rare for us because when we first met, there were so many dreams, like so many. And the telepathy was off the chart. And that's another thing. Until this bath, I didn't hear him telepathically at all. There were blockages to our connection, I'm telling you, and it was outside interference. It doesn't matter which one of us had all the gunk on us. Again, it's you. Unless you transmute it, you're not going to be in a high enough vibration to see them in a higher light, which isn't going to make you really want to talk to them. Why would you want to talk to somebody who you think is a douchebag? You're not going to. So I had to like really actually see him from a higher point of view, but I had to be in a higher vibration to do so. So this is where self-love comes in, guys. Self-love first. It was self-love for me to hop in that bathtub. It was self-love for me to journal. And then after I got out of the tub, I started journaling in my bed. Before I went to sleep, I had my little nightlight on and my favorite pen. Look, I'm a stickler when it comes to journaling. Like I have to have like a really, really great pen and like a really fresh notebook. Like I just, oh my God, there's something so fun about cuddling up into bed and like knowing that you can put all your craziest ideas onto paper. And I started saying things like, he dreams about me. He's so into me. He's like madly in love with me. He obsesses. Duh. That's what I put in the journal entry. It's like, duh. So anyway, I did this for like maybe half hour and I got tired. I drifted off to sleep and I had a dream with him. Oh my God, I can't even believe it happened. I just cannot even believe it. I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, this is all us, guys. This is not someone external of you that is going to be like, hey, okay, I'm ready to come in now. In the dream, he was basically implying, like, I've been ready for you for a minute. I've been waiting for you for a minute. Like, I'm sorry. What? I thought you hated my guts. And that is definitely not the case. He definitely does not hate my guts. And I don't hate his guts. There is a level of magic that is on Twin Flames right now. Like, when I say magic, I really mean a placebo. I think magic really is a placebo. It's like when you take the sugar pill, right, on your period, well, on your birth control. It's like it's initiating, you're still taking it, like your mind still gets in the habit of still taking your pill every month, but it's like a sugar pill in that it's a placebo and that it's really not delivering estrogen to your body, so this is what triggers your cycle, you know? It's the same with magic. I feel like people don't even realize there's an element here. It's just subconscious programming. That's all real. That's really what magic is. It is a placebo. It's like if I drink this tea and I told myself that this tea has healing herbs in it, you know, chamomile, black tea, whatever. If I say like this tea is charged with love though, if I drink it, it's going to heal and repair my blood vessels. Okay? That's magic in and of itself. It's intention set into something, but it's still technically a placebo, right? It's a placebo. If you believe it, it's real. So I believe truly that evil eye is a thing, and I really do believe that twin flames get it the worst. I feel that so intuitively, like there was so much evil eye on our connection that part of the distortion, part of the magic, part of the spell, and it could just be even spoken. It doesn't have to be people but I do talk to a lot of witches and I anger a lot of spiritual people in a day. So chances are very likely that people have come at me using magic. But I actually realized how bad and thick the magic was when it was wearing off. when I started seeing like, oh my God, the reason I see him as distorted and the reason that he wanted to walk away from me and the reason that I wanted to walk away from him was because we're both like, you're not that special. Like, you're really nothing special, bro. Like, you're a dime a dozen, and 11:11 on the clock. You're a dime a dozen, and I don't really care that you're in my life, and I can afford to lose you. Like, I've been doing this all this time without you. I don't need you now. And that was the level of magic. That was the facade. That was the gunk around us. And it really does all stem with you guys. It stems within us, guys. It's not someone external that's gonna just like flip on the switch one day and be like, okay, I'm coming in. It's you who readies yourself for that. I had to change my way of seeing him. All I kept seeing was, this dude's lazy. He's never gonna come towards me because he's just an asshat, and he doesn't like me, and I don't even like him anyway. And like, why can't I get over this guy though? And then I started writing in the journal entry. I was like, nah, I'm just moving on. I'm moving on. I'm gonna find somebody new. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Actually, no joke, my maintenance guy's about to be here any second. So there's another man coming into my life very soon. But he has to fix my AC, so it doesn't count. Point is, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna move on, like, because I don't give a shit. You're really not that special. Ding, 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 ding. Girl, that is so fucking magic. This shit is on twin flames right now. Like, this has come at you 1,000 miles a minute, both of you. And I think the one that doesn't really know that much about magic yet, which for a lot of clients that I read, it's the divine masculine. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. The divine feminine wakes up first because she's a baddie. The divine masculine, they're following suit. They're gonna fucking own it, guys. They're gonna crush it, okay? But you have got to see that, like, this magic is real. This shit is real. It's like, it's projections made onto people that are innocent, but yet they feel that they should be guilty for something. So they hold on to the projection. So like, say for instance, a random stranger is like, wow, you don't deserve a guy like that, Jenna. If that telepathic thought form were to stick onto me, and I heard it telepathically, because I'm very telepathic, I'm very open as a channel. If I hear it telepathically, but consciously, I agree with that statement, I will be holding onto that projection to a point where, until I release that projection, it's called magic, it's a subconscious blockage, and it's not even technically real. It was someone else's opinion of me, and I had to internalize it as my own. So what I think black magic is, these blockages, these curses, I think are subconscious blockages. Really, I think that's what it is. It's other people's thoughts of you that you're internalizing, believing that you deserve. When really, if you know thyself, you know that you are God, you know that you are divine, you know that you are innocent and flawless in the eyes of God. So if that's the case, why are you holding on to projections that say like, wow, you don't even deserve love, F you, you're ugly, stop talking? If you don't know thyself, it's very important that you know thyself. If you know thyself, you know who your twin flame is, your divine counterpart, which means you won't be writing for an hour in the bathtub about how they're a douchebag. You would be writing, wow, they're so beautiful, so sexy. I'm so happy we're together. He treats me like a princess. I'm a queen. Like, oh my God, he's so amazing. He's so amazing. That's what you would be writing. But because you take on other people's projections and you don't clear them fast enough, this is what I believe black magic is. This is what I believe these blockages really are on twin flame couples. And so Spirit has me talking more about twin flames and doing readings for divine feminines and masculines, which I am fucking here for. I'm here for it. But the problem is, I can't be here for it if I hate my twin flame. Huh? I'm not about to like read for like mass collective of twin flames, but be like, you know what though, guys? I really kind of hate mine though. I love yours and I'm team love, like all the way, right? But I hate my twin flame. Thank you, Spirit. I can't do that anymore. That cycle needs to come to a close. Okay, because when I am like sitting here promoting other people in their divine unions, it is just arrogance to be like, yeah, so I think you guys are gonna be great. It's like, it's gonna be amazing, but screw love, you know? F love. Love is stupid. So I think what triggered it last night too was I did free readings on my live stream on Patreon, and oh my God, I love you girls so much. You literally gave me life. Like, I felt when I was channeling for you that you were part of this new collective I keep channeling for. And I keep telling readers and I keep telling practitioners and shamans, and when I'm reading for you guys, I keep saying Spirit is bringing you into a new collective, but I wasn't able to feel the proof of that yet, because while I do readings on live streams on YouTube, anyone from the YouTube streets can walk in off the street and just like dampen the whole room, you know, change the vibe of the whole atmosphere. And that was not the case on Patreon. I was channeling so much beautiful energy to believers. People who are like, they truly get it, man. They truly get it. And these people have walked away from some shit. These people are like done. They are done with the old world. They are done. And this was the first time, because it was the first live stream I'd done on Patreon in a really long time. Probably about a year, actually. Since I met my twin, yeah, about a year. I didn't care. I didn't want to be in a new collective. I couldn't vibrationally get to that point where I could meet my soul family, the true ones, like that I feel I resonate with and I've resonated with for a while. I was just too afraid. I didn't think that I was worthy of these connections. And I didn't think I was worthy of channeling this beautiful divine energy for beautiful divine feminines. So I started noticing like, oh my God, these girls are like accepting this truth though. They're like, Jenna, I needed this so bad. You have no idea. I needed this guidance. It was really incredible. This is like my favorite thing. And I was like, what? What now? Actually, hold on. My maintenance guy's here. Don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like a totally different woman. I feel like my whole day is going to be just improved. I feel, and what's crazy is I've been doing this whole revision technique before I go to bed, drifting off into the state of the wish fulfilled, right? I've been trying that with my manifestation game lately, and it's working flawlessly. However, I rarely want to. It's like, it works if you sit there before bed, before you drift off, and you're in that very subtle, about to fall asleep state, and you start thinking like, what does the wish feel like? What would it feel like to have $1 million? What would it feel like to be in love? What would it feel like to live in a palace? Well, you wouldn't have to have your like maintenance guys come in all the time to fix a busted AC. You wouldn't have any restrictions at all. And if I live in that energy, things go so smoothly for me the next day. I get everything handed to me, like crazy, crazy shit. People will go above and beyond to get me what I want. The universe starts syncing up and lining up to get me where I need to be. And the problem is wanting to do it. Feeling inspired to do it. It's a problem when you don't really give a shit. And the whole magic thing, the whole element for twin flames is like, it's really hard for you to want to give a shit anymore. When you have magic on you or evil eye placed on you, you don't want to give a shit about anything. So it's almost like you know the tools to be happy. You know how to be happy. You just don't want to be happy. And I can't stand it. I can't stand that. I fucking hate that. And that's the worst feeling ever. So my suggestion to you, try a salt bath. Like if you guys feel a lot of gunk on you, right? Realize it's not yours. Let it go. Let it go. Like right now, the two maintenance guys came. And, well, I mean, their job's really tough and they take on a lot of like debris, right? Psychic debris. I have to just keep remembering, like, that's not mine though. That's not mine. It's okay. I let it go. I let it go. It's not mine. I talked to them. So when you talk with somebody, you're actually giving them permission to be, well, not only in my home, which is sacred, but also in my energy field, right? In my bubble. And you have to realize too that what is your energy and what is not. So let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. You have to keep continually doing it. It's not like a one-time thing. I remember when 2 police officers showed up. Oh my God, that day the craziest shit was going down in my life. I had the tub overflow into the neighbor's apartment downstairs. The police came over, not because of that, for something else. And these guys, oh my God, I felt like demonic presence around these 2 officers, and I was clearing the shit out of this room for like, I don't know, 3 days straight. There was so much bad juju they had brought into my apartment, and I just have to keep smudging and saging and praying and being like, no, this is a place for holy divine angels. This is a place for Archangel Michael. This is a place for my ancestors. This is a place for me. This is a sacred space. This is sacred. And I have to do the same thing right now because these fellas brought in some gunk. But again, we have to start realizing, ladies, divine feminines mainly, we cannot take on everybody's problems. It's not ours. It's not ours. You can't take on the world's problems and be in twin flame union at the same time because you need that energy for yourself. You need that energy for you, your twin flame, and the humanity work that you're going to do, humanitarianism. For whatever you're going to do, you're going to need that energy, right? You need that energy. You can't keep giving it to just anybody who's there's 8 billion people on the planet. That's a lot of people. What are you going to do? Go talk to every single one of them and heal them? They all need healing, right? What are you going to do? You're one person. You're limited to just you, yourself, and I. And it's like, I think that so many of us, we're very empathic. And I think there's this big problem that happens in the spiritual community, especially, where we as healers have to take on other people's problems because we feel like They feel entitled. People feel entitled to hand us their gunk. And us as empaths, we very, very rarely draw boundaries because we don't want to be seen as bitchy. We don't want to come across as like, yeah, wow, no thank you. I don't want that. I don't want that. No. The answer is no. The answer is no. And then you're going to look major bitchy. You're going to look like the Queen of Swords. And how many of you want to look like the Queen of Swords? I don't particularly love it, but I have to be the Queen of Swords to be the Queen of Cups. You know, it's like in order to have the emotional fulfillment with my twin flame, shit, just in my own energy, just every day, right? I have to be the Queen of Swords, and it's not fun. It's not my favorite queen to be, and it's not particularly pleasant. People don't love to be around a Queen of Swords. You know, you come across a little selfish sometimes, but it's almost like, is it wrong to say no to other people's needs and wants? Like, is it selfish? Yeah, okay, I agree it's selfish. But who said selfish was bad? See, there's the big difference. Sure, it's selfish, yes, but who said selfish was bad? And I feel like it's a societal problem. And I think that's why the age of Aquarius is here. It's a new age, right? The new age, we're shifting into the age of Aquarius, which is why everybody's online, everybody's working for humanity, everybody's got super great boundaries now. You're getting into this alignment of what the Aquarian age is. And so in order to do so, you have to be the Queen of Swords, right? The Aquarius energy anyway. And embody that, truly embody that. And for most of us, it's like, yeah, I can't though, because my friends are going to see me as a bitch. Yeah, I can't say no because like that guy really wants to date me. Yeah, I can't say no because if I say no, like I might get fired from this job. Well, I can't say no because people will look at me like I'm just mean. We care so much about what other people think of us that we forget to ask ourselves, like, what the fuck do we think of us? What do we think of us? Me as the Queen of Swords, I still think I'm pretty badass. I still think I'm a good person. I still think I'm love. I think I am embodying true unconditional love when I am the Queen of Swords. That's what I think. So when you have projections coming at you, especially as a twin flame, and you see so many people that are jealous and envious that you have something that they claim they don't. They could if they wanted it. If they wanted to work hard for that lifestyle, they could have it. But of course they project onto you. Wow, it must be nice. You get to have that and I don't. So these projections come at you. And if you hold on to it, you are telling the universe that you agree with that statement, that you don't deserve it, that it must be nice. You are by association holding on to these projections, and because you're not in the Queen of Swords energy, because you care too much about what people think of you, right? You're not letting it go. Because if you were to let it go, you would be effectively telling the people sending it to you that that's your shit. That's your opinion. And it's a horrible opinion, and I do not agree with it. I don't care what you think of me. That's a horrible ass opinion that I don't deserve love. Bullshit. Take it and shove it. That's what you're going to be presenting to these people that are sending you this evil eye and this jealousy. You're effectively sending it back just like that, Queen of Swords like, and it's not exactly pleasant on the ears. It's not pleasant to hear when you're the one projecting that shit. It's going to go right back to them, the one that sent it. Whoever it was, doesn't matter. All you have to do is say out loud to yourself, wait a minute, whoa. Wait a minute. That's not mine. That's theirs. That was their gunk they brought in. Whoa. That person thinks they don't deserve abundance and love, not me. Wait, that was theirs. Wow, that's their passive aggressiveness. That's their gossip. That's their slam. When you start doing this is when I think a lot of us as black sheep in the family when we were kids, like this is when you have boundaries, people start calling you things like a witch, a Jezebel spirit, you know, Satan spawn kind of thing, you know? Been called that so many times, it's insane. Like, honestly, it's crazy. The things I've been called. Even one time I remember somebody called me Alex Jones's daughter. I was like, thank you? I didn't get called a demon worshiper that day. So I was like, all right, I guess we'll take it. It's like, it's one for the books, I guess. Anyway, point is, you're going to be mocked and ridiculed. You're going to be labeled shit because you have boundaries and other people don't. You're going to look a little deranged because your vibration is higher than most. Your vibration's higher than most people because you have boundaries that other people aren't drawing. If it were easy, everyone would do it. Very rarely do people do it. So be the Queen of Swords and stop giving a shit that people think that you're the Queen of Swords. Like, whatever. Okay. Like the ones that really like you though, the ones that really like you are gonna be like, no, I understand it. I understand they have this boundary. I'm not allowed to like call after 10. I'm not allowed to, but these people would respect you. Like they would never do that shit anyway. They would never gossip about you. They would never say you don't deserve love. They'd be the ones giving you said love. You know what I mean? So I think what we need to do as a collective is start understanding that like other people's view of us is distorted and tainted and superficial and stupid. It's redundant. I don't give a fuck. It's like the way that I saw my twin flame until last night was the same way I think people were seeing me. Unimportant, not really worthy of even having love, like kind of just a dime a dozen and not really special. But I don't see me that way. I see myself as special, right? I think that everyone is special. I'm not just some self-important, self-delusional, entitled snob. I think we are all God. But you have to be okay with being okay in front of people that are not okay. And it's way better now because now I'm aware. When I was a black sheep of the family, I always thought, why does my own family hate me? Well, because I was always drawing boundaries. I was always recharging. I was always a recluse and a hermit. Like I remember my family went on vacation to Disney World and it had been planned for so long and we were so excited about it. And the first day we were there, the first hour we were there, we went swimming and I was only in the pool for 30 minutes in Florida. And I got sunburned so bad that I had blisters on my shoulders and it was horrible. The pain, oh my God, the pain. And I had to stay home. I stayed home for the whole fucking week that we were on vacation while everybody else got to go have fun. And that is exactly how the universe works in the favor of a light worker. You will have to recharge. It just might be a little painful. You will get your time to be away from people. You know what I mean? If you don't take time, you will be forced to sit your ass in timeout. And for me, it meant I didn't get to go to Disney World, which is really sad. It was horrible. It was so bad for like a 15-year-old. I was so sad. Anyway, point is, guys, you have to start realizing what is yours and what is not yours. And I'm just grateful that I got to see this lesson and hopefully teach about it because the Queen of Swords, she's important. You know what I mean? The Empress is all four queens, so there's a reason the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Swords. Somebody's got to be the Queen of Swords. If you claim to be an Empress, that means you are all four queens. So it is time to bring out your Queen of Swords. And it is also time to stop seeing your twin flame as a douche canoe. Start seeing your twin flame as the fucking divine masculine or divine feminine that they are. Stop seeing them as some asshat, right? Common, dime a dozen, like, oh, they're just here, they're nobody special. That is magic. That's magic. And that's why the Queen of Swords needs to come out, because you guys need to start like really laying down the law and drawing boundaries right now with people, places, and things, okay? And in doing so, you're going to be noticing that people start getting angry at you. These are the same ones that have lobbed attacks at you. I'm sorry, but if your boundaries irritate and upset someone, it is proof positive that your ass should have had boundaries the whole time. You did the right thing. You did the right thing in drawing boundaries. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here because I don't know what I'm even trying to say. I don't know. I just like talking to myself. It was really kind of hella embarrassing though when my maintenance guy showed up. I was like, bro, you caught me talking to myself. Yeah, he already judges me though. He already knows I'm a witch. And that man just looks at my crystal collection and my tarot cards on the table. Every time he comes in, he's just like, what? But he says I'm his favorite tenant, so. Is that a spell? I don't know. No, he did. He told me today I'm literally his favorite tenant, which is so amazing. Oh, I love that. That was such a great compliment. I'm his favorite tenant. And there are hundreds here. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing. But it's also because I give a shit about my vibration too. Like, and every time he's here, I'm always complimenting him or I'm always asking how his day is. I'm always like listening to him, And I think the only reason I can do stuff like this is because I have limits and I say no to other people. I say no to things, people, and places, situations, habits, addictions. I say no to things. And though it might mean that there's projections coming at me, it does not mean that projections have to stay on me, right? That is why it's so important to know thyself. When you know thyself, you know your true twin flame as well. And you're not about to mislabel them as ordinary, useless, and a douchebag. If you know thyself, you know your true divine counterpart, which means you will bring in that true divine self of theirs. Maybe in a dream like me last night, it was very magical. It was very magical. But the 222 portal is open, so I felt like something like that was inevitable. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it there because I really could just go and talk for like 75 years straight, and it's really, that's not good. That's not good on my battery life. So anyway, I love you guys, and I really wanted to thank everyone who was on Patreon last night and who joined. I feel so bad because someone joined right before I went live, so I'm hoping next time you'll get to have a reading with me. If you want to email me, maybe I'll throw some cards. You can just ask a question. If you're watching this right now, if you want to email me, I'll throw some cards and I'll write it in an email form if you're interested. Okay. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.